Hi friends, Living Fit with Laura. This is the day my Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in the day. I will not live and want the beautiful, beautiful sunrise. I will continue moving forward to those things that lie ahead, putting behind me those things that lie behind. I will accept and adapt to those things I do not have control, the way people act, whether or not they want to communicate, whether or not people want to reasonably negotiate a deal breaker. But I'll remember that I actually have tremendous choice and tremendous power in situations that deem themselves where we are powerless. We are never powerless. We are, when we feel victim to another person's stubbornness or refusal to be reasonable, we do have choice. Yesterday I mentioned needing to move because of 6 months of basement mold. The entire wall is covered by a landlord who refuses to comply to our requests for reasonable repair. 6 months is a long time to be coughing from mold. He refuses to communicate. He stonewalls. He's very invasive and intrusive. Wants to enter the house to do unnecessary repairs and is stonewalling with regard to a serious health hazard of the mold. So about 6 months ago, the way I took my power back, that's a psychobabble term, but I felt powerless. I was very sick. I just had surgery and I was due for another surgery. However, I chose to do what I could by looking for a house. It took me 6 months and now we're moving in about a week. If we have a nasty coworker, I had one who would lock me out of the lab. She threw away my lab notebook. She would stonewall. She would not comply to doing standard operating procedure the way everyone else did. She did things her own way. So after trying to negotiate and communicate, including with the supervisor, it was so uncomfortable. How did I choose to take my power back? I resigned because it was bad for my health to work there, just as it is bad for my health to rent from a landlord who is perfectly okay with basement wall mold, which actually was mandated to be repaired 6 months ago. And we do have tremendous power even amidst situations that might make us feel trapped. If we have a family member who takes over every conversation, controls every conversation, and it is never a dialogue, it's always a monologue about them, we have the choice to distance ourselves by not choosing to seek that person's company if it is a situation that is a deal breaker. So remember, we do have a lot of choice. We do have a lot of, we do have a lot of choice in situations that seem to be giving us no choice. Grab a coffee, grab a water, let's get outside and get our exercise. We always have the choice to forgive. We always have the choice to try to communicate reason in an unreasonable or insane situation. But if there is an impasse, then we also have the choice to no longer stay in that situation. Lord, I will not live in want. I will not criticize, curse, condemn, compare, or negatively compete. I will not live in the little me bubble. Remember that the key to contentment is not to think about myself. The key to contentment is to think about someone else. The key to contentment is not to worship myself, my situation, my problems. The the key to contentment is to accept and adapt those things I cannot change and see them as challenges to become stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate for other people, but also not to be a doormat. We don't put up with people's BS, and so we remove ourselves from situations that are untenable, such as our moving out of a house that has basement mold for 6 months. And it is a good thing because now we will have our own house and we will be our own landlord. We want to be in control of at least the space we live in. And as far as our work environment, we want to have a comfortable, non-hostile work environment. It doesn't necessarily have to be friendly. Our coworkers are not our friends. However, if there's overt hostility and undermining, then we can choose to leave that environment. There are many, many jobs with people. If there are persons who really steal our joy and steal our peace, we choose to distance ourselves. We are not obligated to continue engaging in a one-sided relationship if it has never really been a relationship, if it's like talking to a wall. Everyone get up, show up, never give up. Remember to keep our eyes on the God that created us, never on what we see as our problems. Have a great day with me. I'm going to get my exercise, Living Fit with Laura. I have my coffee to get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. I'm not going to live in the poor little me bubble today. And the last thing I want to encourage my friends is be leery of any therapy or ideology. I know therapy is a big thing for a lot of people. Any therapy or ideology that causes self-absorption and the focus to be on self. Sometimes we might need some guidance and direction in a difficult situation, but remember, mainstream therapists profit from you coming back, and most of them, 99.5%, create a victim mentality, poor me, and encourage you are traumatized, you have been badly treated by the entire universe. It is a very sad, pathetic way to live as a victim, to see the therapist as your God or as the person who has answers. Only God has the answer, and only you can choose to stand tall, walk tall, live well, and not let our past not be a prisoner of our past. We live in today. Living Fit with Laura. Everyone have a great day with me. To get and stay sane, stable, serene, and strong. I'm proud of you.